Persona 5 is my favorite game in the franchise and my favorite game of all time. Yakuza Like a Dragon and Infinite Wealth are a very, very close second. And although I anticipate that I'll probably like Persona 3 Reload story more, P5 still remains the king at the end of the day. But it's been 8 years since the release of the original Persona 5 and 5 years since Royal. At this point, we're due for a new entry in the series. I know it's funny to joke about how Atlus loves to milk their most recent Persona game, but it's because they know us fans will buy whatever product they push out if it's Persona related. I'm very guilty of this myself. Persona 4 Golden releases on PC, even though I already played it, bought it. Persona 5 spin-offs, bought it. Persona 5 Royal releases on PC, insta pre-purchase. The moment the Answer DLC is released for P3 Reload, also an insta buy. Hell, I bought Soul Hackers 2 simply because it was made by Atlus. And I mean, I liked it, but it was of much lower quality compared to their flagship games. And they announced Shin Megami Tensei 5 is coming to PC? My wallet is absolutely fucked, man. What I'm trying to say is that although Persona 6 should have been released by now, it may be a while before any info comes out for it. And I want to say it's due to Atlus and Sega thinking about profits, but deep down within my Persona obsessed heart, a part of me thinks it's because it's going to be insanely hard to top Persona 5. We've peaked in the franchise. Let me explain. So recently, China has decided to get on in trying to milk Persona 5 for all it's worth. Persona 5 The Phantom X is a gacha game set in an alternate universe of the mainline Persona 5 game. Different characters, different corrupt adults, similar plotline. But the irony here is that in a game about high school students going after the corrupt that are exploiting those who are in power, we, the consumers, are now being subjected to exploitation through a fucking gacha system. And you damn well know that even though this is an alternate universe, they're going to make the mainline cast playable as limited banner characters. Although the game itself looks pretty solid for a mobile game, I scoff at the idea that my beloved Persona 5 is being sucked for everything it's worth by some Chinese company in order to turn a pretty penny. If I'm going to be milked by Atlus, I want it to be an extension of Persona 5 like Arena, Strikers, or Tactica. Not the exact same Persona 5 I've already experienced, but now I can swipe my credit card for a chance at cute anime waifus. But then, they revealed the opening animation for the game. The visuals, the style, the music, Lin's vocals. It's so fluid, it's so stunning, it's so goddamn beautiful. Watching and listening to this opening reminded me of why Persona 5 is my undisputed GOAT and prompted me to make this video. As always, the music is absolute peak and you cannot argue with me on this. But behind the music, Persona 5's presentation is just magnifique. The ink-like style and aesthetic of its movement and coloring is just a treat for the eyes. And above all, the concept of Phantom Thieves is just so freaking sick. Persona 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all have the same baseline concept. High school students solving problems and mysteries caused by the otherworldly/supernatural. But Persona 5 stands out from the others by having the protagonists not simply being high school students that manifests the power of JoJo stands, but rather suave, stylish, and nimble thieves with JoJo stands. As a 17-year-old boy fresh off the heel of Persona 4 Golden,
great vegetables.
This was a fantasy that I never knew I had. And 7 years later to this date, it's still an absolutely mind-blowing concept that I wish could happen in real life. While I'm excited for the inevitable release of Persona 6, Atlus really needs to find a concept that can somehow surpass the cool factor of Phantom Thieves, while still being grounded within reality for the messages it's trying to convey. If we go too far from reality, we end up with an SMT game rather than Persona. If Atlus were to reuse the Phantom Thief concept for 6, now with a new cast, new story, and new commentary about humanity and society, I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be excited for it. Now, would most fans like the fact that Atlus is growing lazy and rehashing ideas? Probably not, but at the same time, they probably will still buy anyway. Personally speaking though, I'd give them some slack given how hard it is to outdo yourself after peaking this hard. What I won't give them any slack on though is their DLC practices. Sega, you motherfuckers. I swear, if the game comes out with day 1 DLC or locks out New Game Plus behind a deluxe edition, I'm going to leave a very angry review. After everything said and done though, we can all at least agree on one thing. If there is something no sane person would mind coming back, it's the music. Please Atlus, bring back Lyn for the game soundtrack. I don't know how you're gonna fit her style in the next game, but please, 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 I want to hear more bangers from her in game. One can never get too much of Lyn's vocals.
I believe